They were hosting the undefeated Patriots last Sunday Night Football. Lamar was electric, 3 total touchdowns. And the Ravens as a team had 210 rushing yards, the most against the Patriots since 2014. On the flip side, Tom Brady struggled, posting his second lowest passer rating in a game this season. And the Patriots lost the turnover battle. When do we ever say that? Ravens win 37-20. Here's Lamar Jackson after handing New England their first loss on the season.
I feel like our team already knew what we was capable of, you know. We just had to show it, and we did that tonight. We just have to build off that. You know, we can't just get on our high horse, feel like, you know, we just won the Super Bowl because we didn't. That's just one regular season game. We got to continue to build.
Losses always find a way to recalibrate, you know, how you see yourself, and, you know, we obviously have a lot of work to do. So, just wasn't obviously good enough. Get beat by 17 points. That's not what we're all about. So I give the Ravens credit. I think they played really well, took advantage of their opportunities, and that's what it takes.
All right, Nick, there's a lot to get to with this one, but first off, how impressive was this win for Lamar and the Ravens last night?
Very impressive for the Ravens, wildly impressive for Lamar. Lamar, who it should be noted, 1 year ago today, had made 0 career NFL starts, and since then has made 16, and his team is 12-4 in those 16 starts. A team that was mediocre, if not dead in the water, before he took over last year. They obviously went 6-1 and then lost in the playoffs, and now this year they're 6-2 through his 8 starts this season. The reason to me it was so impressive for Lamar was that play right there, among others. But it's 24-20 early in the third quarter. The Patriots have scored 10 points off Ravens turnovers. The Ravens have had a scoop and score defensive turnover. So they're about even in that regard. And even though the Ravens had dominated the game, it felt like the Patriots were one stop away from getting the ball back, down less than a score, feeling like all the momentum was on their side. And what did Lamar do on that drive? 3rd and 5, that 18-yard pass to David Andrews. Oh, you're going to do that cover 0. You're going to threaten, you're going to tell me we don't think you can make this throw. I'm going to throw it where my 6'5" tight end can only get it. And then later in the drive, 4th and 4. Oh, okay, no, we're not going to have Justin Tucker come out and kick a 54-yarder. We're going to trust Lamar, move the pocket to hit Willie Snead. And then obviously later in the drive, he had the great juke on Kyle Van Noy that put him in position. It was a 14-play, 81-yard, 8-minute touchdown drive. And then he followed it up, Canty, with a 14-play, 9.5-minute touchdown drive to officially ice the game. What Lamar was able to do in keeping the Patriots at bay, never letting Brady take the field down 1 score or less after that 14-play drive in the second half, was brilliant, and it showed the further evolution of the guy who right now appears to be, without question, the best quarterback from last year's draft class.
Yeah, it felt like in last night's game, every time the Pats tried to steal back some momentum from the game, the Ravens would make a game-changing play. You saw that in the second half. The Patriots tried to come out with a little bit of tempo on the offensive side of the ball, and they had some success being able to move the length of the field, but then you had the Julian Edelman fumble. Patrick Owansor, their inside linebacker, who they got back from injury, he was able to make that play. Marlon Humphrey scoop and score, and again, you're talking about momentum flipping back to the Ravens' favor. So while I will give credit to the Ravens where credit is due, they were the more physical team. They executed better in the critical phases of the game. They played relatively mistake-free football outside of the Cyrus Jones muff punt and the Mark Ingram fumble. We saw the Patriots make some uncharacteristic mistakes. I mean, allowing the Ravens to get 4 first downs from penalties, including the one from Shalik Calhoun on the first drive where he jumps offside on the field goal and gives the Ravens a fresh set of downs.
It was a 4-point penalty because they were kicking a field goal.
4-point penalty, so you give them a fresh set of downs. And then just the mistakes that we saw them make with Julian Edelman fumbling the ball. We don't see the Patriots do those types of things. So I looked at that and I said, this is something that's a little bit of a surprise to me, because the defense, although I thought that they could be had with their front 7, how poorly they played was a little bit of a shock to me.
And the Ravens used the Patriots' methodology to beat them. Dominate time of possession, 37-23. A perfect balance, 11 first downs rushing, 11 first downs passing, 4 additional via penalty. And incredibly efficient in the red zone. While the Patriots early in the game were settling for field goals, the Ravens were getting touchdowns. And listen, the Patriots knew they couldn't match the Ravens' physicality.
Yep.
That's why they're kicking a field goal on 4th and goal from the 1 with 10 seconds left. You know, before the year, I said we have seen, whether it's Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, hell, Jared Goff even, that if you are a star quarterback in this league, you can start winning championships or MVPs in year 2. I said that in relation to Baker Mayfield. It looks like it was right. I just had the quarterback wrong because it appears to be in relation to Lamar Jackson.
Did the Patriots just play a bad game yesterday? I mean, did they just face a really good team and play a bad game? Or did the Ravens expose something on the Patriots now other teams are going to be able to look at?
Well, the Patriots played a bad game, but I think it's a bad matchup for the Patriots because of how physical Baltimore is, particularly on the offensive line, and their overall team philosophy and what they want to do. They want to run the ball. They want to control time of possession, and they want to play really good defense and special teams, and they checked every single one of those boxes yesterday. In terms of what they were able to do, being able to dictate the overall complexion of the game, I mean, the Patriots were down 17-0 after the first 16 minutes. The first 3 possessions that they had essentially were 3 and outs. I mean, they had the one drive where they got a first down on the first play. I think it was a run play with Sony Michel, but I mean, that was it. If you have 3 consecutive 3 and outs, that's the equivalent of a turnover in terms of the likelihood that you have to be able to win that game. So the Baltimore Ravens, they went out there and they executed the game plan that John Harbaugh and his coaching staff have been working on the last couple of weeks. I think that's a little bit of a hidden advantage because of how good Harbs is coming off of a bye week. He's 10-2 now off of bye week. So you knew that they were going to have some wrinkles in their systems that the Patriots had not seen on tape, and the Patriots just did not have any adjustments in real time. And you could tell that the Patriots defenders, they weren't used to seeing that kind of speed from the quarterback position, being able to run the ball like that.
Does anybody think the Bills are better than the Houston Texans or better than, say, the Los Angeles Rams? Because I don't. Why do I bring it up? Because they got a better record than them. So aren't they better than them? No, because we watch the games. The Patriots got a better record than everyone in football except for the San Francisco 49ers. They are not better than everyone in football except the San Francisco 49ers. Some folks been saying that all year, and people didn't want to listen. They went through an 8-game stretch where they played 8 bad offenses and 7 bad defenses. They played one team that had a playoff caliber unit, not team, playoff caliber unit, Buffalo and their defense. And that Buffalo defense held them to 1 touchdown. The only game they've been challenged in, 16-10, won because of a blocked punt touchdown. The Patriots finally played the type of team they will have to beat 3 times to win a Super Bowl. And they got embarrassed. They were dominated in this football game. It was 17-0 en route to what was looking like 24-0 until former Patriot Cyrus Jones made a better play for the Patriots than he ever made while he was a Patriot.
Is he still working for the Patriots?
And muffed that punt to get them back in the game. And when they did get back in the game because of that, and then the Ingram punt, and then they, of course, have the ball to start the half, all they need to stop, and they can't get it. All they need is not to turn it over, and they can drive down the field to take the lead, and Edelman puts the ball on the ground. This is, I don't think the defense is nearly as bad as it looked yesterday. I do think this is one of the 2 best defenses in football, and the only reason I'm saying the very best is the Niners continue to impress defensively. But offensively, they can't run the football. You know how I know it? Because they abandoned it yesterday, and 1st and goal from the 6 with less than a minute left. They ran it 1 time and then in the end of the first half, and then 4th and goal from the 1, send out Nick Folk. They can't protect Brady. He's chucking and ducking, and they are already saying, Mohamed Sanu, you've been here 120 hours. You can be our #2 most targeted receiver because we don't trust our other guys. Their real season started yesterday, and they failed that test. They now get a bye. They then get 4 straight games against playoff caliber teams. I said it Friday, I'll say it again. The Patriots are going to be the 1 seed. They're also going to lose 3 out of 5 games in the real stretch of their season. The first game just happened last night, and the Ravens crushed them.
No, the Ravens did crush them, and that's because they could run the ball when the Patriots knew that they were going to run the ball to ice the game. And that's the one thing that the Patriots have got to get figured out, because this run game isn't going away. And once you put something like that on tape, offenses are going to try to copycat that. Now, what other offenses around the National Football League don't have is Lamar Jackson. And the way that he's playing, he's in the conversation for MVP. The way he orchestrated that offense, 3 total touchdowns last night, no turnovers from him, made critical plays with his arm when he needed to. That was the difference. If he continues to play like that, the Ravens will have a bye going into the postseason.
The guys on Undisputed will pick this up and much more. We're back here.